Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. So as you can see by the title in this video, I'm going to be showing you how I made my own fur slippers. You know, you see a lot of females walking around on Instagram or whether it be in person wearing the fur flip-flops, and they can run you like upwards to like $65. So I'm just going to show you how you can make your own, at home. I know they have other videos out there too with the same thing, but I'm just showing you how I made mine and what I use. And so basically this hood, right? This hood belonged to a coat that I have, and the coat, it's too big. It doesn't really fit me anymore. However, when I look at the hood, I said, hey, you know what? I can use the hood, remove the fur, and then I'm going to place them on these flip-flops. Now, these flip-flops, I bought them from like a local, one of those neighborhood, like 99-cent up store. And so they had them for like $7. And so we're going to take these bad boys, detach the fur from this hood, and we're gonna make our own flip-flops. Okay, so we're gonna get right into this video. Make sure y'all give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share, and comment below. Okay, so I have my razor blade. We're just gonna go right through. I have my razor blade now. The only reason I'm using this razor blade is because this is the only thing that I have in the house right now. But try to get the razor blade, if you could get like the box cutter type razor blade or the razor blade with like the thick silver backing, use that instead. So I'm going to actually keep it partially covered with the paper so I won't, cut my fingers. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to find the seam, where the threading is. Let me see if I can bring that in a little closer. Yeah, there we go. So what you're going to do is you're going to look for the threading, the seam, in the best place possible to reach it without cutting into the fur. You can look in here, or I'm gonna look on the outside to find out which side is the best to start. So for me, it looks like right here. So now what I'm gonna do is take my thread. I'm gonna take the razor blade and I'm going to gently nip close to the thread as possible to start a to start my separation of the hood and the fur. Okay, so I'm gonna actually do this off camera, and then I'll pop back in when I've gotten it started. Okay, all right, family. So look, so I was able to get it started, right? You see that? So now all I have to do is just pull it apart. See, all the way across. Look at that, a clean cut, clean separation all the way down, and then the same thing on this side. Look at that. Voila, just like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, put this to the side. I'm going to go through and I'm just going to pick out the extra threading and then come back, and then we'll be able to attach it to the shoe. Okay, so now I have the pulled out the extra threading. So I just wanted to show you something. So now, if you can see, look at this. There's a additional piece of material lining that they have attached to this fur. So instead of me removing this, what I'm going to do is, I don't know if y'all can see it. You have it sewn. They have it sewn right here. I'm going to open up this seam and flatten it out, and I'm going to actually use this to help me attach this to the shoe. Alright, so again, off camera, I'm going to open this up, this threading, and then I'll pop back in and show you what it looks like. Okay, so using these scissors right here, you see these? So I started cutting the seam, and this is how it's looking. You see how it's looking so far, how it's opening up? And then when you open it, see how you have that little flat, that little wire in the middle? But I'm loving it again because it creates like a flat base. So I'm going to just finish this out again off camera, and then we'll get to adding it to the shoe. So yeah, I just wanted to show you how simple this is. I'm just literally with my hands now literally just pulling the seam apart. This is so cool. Yo, while I'm doing this, I just want to say, if y'all have any old article of clothing, you know, hoods with fur on them, you know, maybe you could just alter it, you know, like I said, I didn't mention, I have a video where, but I'll link it, where I have a jacket, and the bodice of the jacket, beautiful, the sleeves were all worn out, and I literally took a pair of faux leather pants that I bought on clearance, and I took the legs from those pants and added them to my jacket. Like I said, go check that video out. I'll make sure I'll link it, you know, to this. So now the same thing, let me just go clean this up with the extra thread, and then we'll go ahead and get, you know, started with the shoe. Alright, y'all, so this is the fur. I have the seam completely open, and I'm loving this. So now, here are my shoes. And the beauty about this, it's enough fur to actually cover both shoes. Because what I'm going to do is, I'm going to end up putting 2 rows of the fur. Okay, so I'm going to have to cut 4 pieces in 2 rows for each piece. And so now also I notice in the middle of this is like a thick rope. So I'm not sure if that's a wire underneath it or if I'm going to be able to use regular scissors, but nevertheless, just in case, I do have my wire cutter here. I have these small scissors, but I may need to get a larger pair of scissors. If so, you know, I'll pause the video and come back, no problem. Then I also, to attach the fur, I have 2 things. The first thing I have is some E6000 glue, so we're gonna see how it works with that. And then also as a backup, I have my glue gun, which is heating. I have it sitting on the wood. This is you know, plastic table, so I don't want to put it on here, but I do have this heating up. And then to hold the fur in place while it dries, I have these 2, you know, little potato chip bag, you know, sealers. I just picked these up, you know, from the Dollar Tree. Okay, and everything here except for this, the E6000, I picked this up from Michael's. Okay, and so now I'm going to measure across how much on each fur, how much material I'm going to need. So, and then the other thing is, let me see, I don't want to take it all the way across. I want to leave just a little, maybe like ½ an inch on the side, because I don't want my fur to be dragging the ground. So just leave like a ½ inch, and then it'll be covered with the rest of the fur. So now this is about my measurement going across, and so now I'm going to actually double this. So I'm just going to literally fold this in half, and so I know this is my cutting point. Makes sense? So this is my cutting point for this shoe, and then the remainder of the material just happens to be the same amount. You see, the universe is just working in my favor. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get this cut, and then I'll pop back in. Okay, so I have my 2 pieces here. Okay, so we're just going to, you know, start with this one shoe. And I just left this one intact, you know, to finish off camera. I just wanted to show you how I'm going to go ahead and affix it to the shoe. And now, at first I thought, well, hey, you know what? I'll just keep it intact like this and then just do the wraparound method. But then I realized this part of the shoe is a little longer than this part, so I just, you know, cut them in 2. No big deal. So now, let me back y'all up some. So now, I'm going to start with, this is the longer piece right here of the 2, which is going to go on this part, this end of the shoe, okay? And so what you're going to do is now, you're going to put it on, you see how, like I said, I have this material, you're going to put it on flat. So we're going to apply our glue to this entire strip, then we're going to add it to the shoe. And then as we go along, we're going to use the clip, you know, to secure it, okay? And so let's go ahead and get started. So I figured I would just do it, I would use the E6000, okay, as opposed to the glue gun. And sometimes it can get really, really messy, so just take your time. So I'm just going to go ahead and just start, you know, applying my glue. And I guess you can apply it to the actual shoe as well. It's really up to you. Okay, so you see how I'm applying it to this material? And don't put too much. You want it to be kind of tacky. So you don't want to have your, like I said, add, you know, too much glue. Make it tacky as possible because it'll stick faster and then you won't have these, you know, the slip and slide. Okay, so I'm just taking this all the way down. You see that? So there we go. Alright, so now I'm just going to put my top back on for now so we don't have any glue spilling out. So now, here we go, the fun part. So now, I'm going to take this, turn it over. Now I'm going to start attaching it to the shoe, starting from this end. Okay. So, alright. So now, like as I said, I'm not going to take it all the way across because as you can see how the fur, it comes over. So if I was to glue this here, then the fur is going to be touching the ground. Make sense? So now I'm just going to push that down, and then now I'm going to take my clip. Actually, I'm going to use the smaller clip for this edge right here because it's a corner. So I'll be able to get it on better. And then now I'm just going to all the way across just press it. Make sure it's flat and just press it. And take your time. Can you see? And make sure on this side that my ribbon is flat and doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, just press it down. Go all the way across. Yes, I see it lifting up, y'all. It's a struggle, but we got this. So I'm going to put it down flat so I can better work with it. I'm going to use this to secure the middle. Take this all the way across. And if you have to go back and add more glue, you know, just, you know, do so. Put that there. And then now go back over here and just, again, just pull it and just, and so I'm going to actually add a little more glue on this side, okay? Can you see that? So I'm just going to add some more glue. That's all. And make it do what it do. And just press it down and hold it. So I'm just going to hold that there right now. Yeah. And I actually could have used a third, third clip. And so just make sure your ribbon is just secure close to the edge, you know, as possible. And then the fur is going to cover that. But, you know, as I said, you'll see it. Okay, just pull and adjust, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes and then we'll come back in and then put on the second part of this. Okay, so the first layer has dried, and so now we're going to go ahead and add the second part, which is the front. And what I did was on the ribbon, if you can see, I cut kind of on a slant. So when I lay the ribbon down, I won't have, you know, ribbon sticking out on the side. So with the same thing, I'm going to go ahead and apply some E6000. And then we're going to secure the front. Alright, y'all, so I have the the second row of fur on and it's drying. And so while it's drying, I'm going to take my glue gun and any openings that you may have, such as this one, I'm going to go ahead in with my glue gun because the glue dries quicker, you know, that way. So I'm just going to go ahead with my gun and just fill in any openings. And that will be it. So you just literally go in and squeeze your little glue. Okay. Okay. There we go. So you just squeeze your glue in there like so. Okay. And then you just, oops. Just take some of that out. Woo, chow, chow, chow. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. And then you just seal it. Look at me making a mess, y'all. Okay, so you get the gist of it, right? You see how I put it in there, and I'm just going to just close that up. And just be careful, not like me, and I put so much wax. I couldn't see it that it was already coming out. But in any case, so that's how it's gonna look, and you just seal that close, and you can use like, you know, these things right here, so you don't have to stand here and wait for it to dry to just assist in the process. Okay, you see that? Then I'll just clean up the excess, but yeah. Alright, family, so I just figured I'd put this board here so you can better see the shoes. So look, oh, I left my clip on, let me take that off. Look, you see how our shoes came out? And I haven't even brushed them yet. You see? Look at that. So now I just have this wig brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just play with the fur, brush the fur out. You have some fur a little longer than others. You know, if you want, you can just go ahead and, you know, give the shoe a haircut, you know, to make the fur even all the way across. It's up to you. So, but yeah, this easy, inexpensive DIY. You know, again, just using an old coat, the fur of the hood fur of an old coat, and these shoes that I picked up from a local Dollar Tree store. Oh, I also wanted to point out, between using the E6000 and the hot glue gun, I prefer the hot glue gun because it went down with so much ease. And so if I had to, you know, between the two, the E6000, I would definitely go with the hot glue gun. It dries faster, and I was able to literally lay it across the band of the shoe as opposed to on the actual fur, and bada bing, bada boom, it's stuck like that. But yeah, so I hope you're, here we go. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make your own furry flip-flop shoes. And if you want to see, again, more DIY, I do so many different things. And I don't know if you can see on the table, you know, I have my own table that I created, Suedazzles. And this is what the entire table looks like. I bought the table, and I actually did my own you know, logo and designs on it. Okay, so again, if you're interested in seeing more videos, you know, of my amazing talent, you know, just let me know. But this was a lot of fun, and at the end of the day, my channel is about saving you some coins wherever you can save them, and using those coins and maybe investing in some stock or something. But I'm all about, you know, just saving, and then you know, taking that savings and making your money grow. Okay, so again, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Woo-hoo-hoo, my DIY slippers. And this is my first time doing this, so okay, yeah. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a blessed day. Mwah. Bye.